Okay, so Rick and Morty Season 6 Episode 4 is now out, and this feels like a Halloween horror entry that has a lot to unpack from it. The episode opens with a quote from poet TS Eliot, and this has been used as a framing device for a number of TV shows and movies. If you ever saw the 1994 version of The Stand, then you'll know that it began in a similar manner with a stanza from the Hollow Men. The entry is titled Night Family, and we watch as alternate consciousness are created for them that carry out menial tasks in the middle of the night. Reminded me a lot of Severance, and in case you haven't seen that, it basically involved people that worked at a company that was so secretive it split its employees' consciousness into two halves. The title itself is named after the American TV show Night Gallery, which was a sort of sister show to The Twilight Zone. Presented by Rod Sterling, this anthology series gave us a range of horror-centered episodes. Most episodes of The Twilight Zone start off with everything being bright and breezy, but we slowly watched as it all descended into chaos. This is definitely the case here, and we see from the calendar that the family have had 11 days of nothing but the good stuff. There's also lots of nods to Jordan Peele's movie Us in this episode, with that film centering around shadow doppelgangers that came from tunnels beneath the surface. 11 was a number that constantly appeared in that film, with 11:11 tying to a Bible verse in Revelations, as well as the way the family was set out. There's also the fact that it's a palindrome, aka something that's the same forward as it is backwards. Kind of feel like 11 was chosen for this specific reason, and the night people all talk with croaky voices, just like how Red and the rest of the family did. Rick and Morty have also started a podcast called Fabsolutely Abulous, which is a play on the British sitcom Absolutely Fabulous. They do a play on the phrase as above so below by saying abs above so below, and this saying was also used in Us. The phrase originates from the Emerald Tablet, and has had many interpretations over the years, with most believing it talks about the darker side to things that lies beneath the surface. In Us it was talking about the doppelgangers, and here it's the reverse of the family, with the night ones that come out when the sun goes down. Rick definitely has no empathy for others, and this is even seen in his alarm clock, which includes birthing a chicken, aging it up so it can wake him up, and then killing it all within a matter of seconds. Summer is made to stay up all night. I love how her suit has forks in the back of it so she can't lie down. In the basement she finds they're building a giant somnambulator to extend its range beyond the house.
Somnambulator?
This reveal came in a way to me that was similar to The Thing, in which we discover the Blair duplicate is building a ship below the bunker. Night Summer has destroyed their idea of the day being something fun, and she even gets Beth to burn several day-themed DVDs. This includes Independence Day, Groundhog Day, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. However, she keeps Talladega Nights, showing how the night must be kept. Outside, the ship is destroyed, and we see their neighbour Jean. The original one got Cronenberged in the Cronenberg dimension, but the Parmesan one is looking back to normal. Beth says this line,
"Hold on to your tits,"
which calls back to this moment from Jurassic Park.
Hold on to your butts.
Slowly the night people are woken up, and there's a moment where Rick takes the wheel from Summer so she can fire a shotgun. I'm sure this is a nod to a Terminator movie, but I'll look through them all and couldn't find the clip. However, if you know, comments below. Either way, the whole chase scene reminded me a lot of those movies, with trucks spilling over and them constantly fighting to wake the others up. Had me dying as well when Beth started choking Jerry, and we panned down to see that he had a boner. In the end though, they go to call a truce, but Rick still refuses to wash the dishes, and thus the entire Night family end up becoming the main versions. They now exist in the day, and ride off into the sunset, which, this is definitely a Terminator Easter egg, this one, isn't it? Yeah, come on. Now, the credits, they show them going to Bed Bath & Beyond, having a Hawaiian holiday, and watching the Night Museum. If you look at the boxes on the floor, you can see they've burned through the franchise, and have watched 2 and 3 as well. They celebrate Chinese New Year, go to Paris, Beth plays trumpet on stage, and Summer gives Rick a world's greatest grandpa mug. They live too fast though, and not only does Morty lose his abs, but they also run out of money. Realizing that the day people handled all this sort of stuff, they decide to end it all and destroy the somnambulator, which returns them back to normal. However, the true horror sets in when they realize that the Klondike Choco Taco has been discontinued, and this might even end up becoming the next Szechuan sauce. So yeah, great episode, and obviously let me know your thoughts below, and I hope you've been enjoying the breakdown so far.